meteorologist Deitra Tate joins us. Deitra, you said Harvey is going to continue to cause damage.
Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, in terms of rain, thankfully, the rain is slacked up quite a bit for Houston, a hard-hit area with catastrophic flooding, but still, they're still going to have to deal with rain on again, off again for the next few days. Here's a look at some of the rainfall estimates based on the radar. In many locations, especially in East Houston, has picked up more than 20, even 22 inches, up to about 25 inches so far. We even have some amounts like that as you move inland away from the coastline. Places just east of Austin, around the Brenham area, picking up anywhere from 15, and I even saw a few spots with about 20 inches of rain there as well. So unfortunately, they've had catastrophic flooding. It will continue, not as much as what we've seen, but an additional possibly 15 to 20 inches is possible in some spots. And these rain bands are really the culprits for continuing to bring this excess of rain into the area coming in out of the Gulf of Mexico, which is feeding it. And we have a rain band that is set up and moving towards Beaumont, Texas. So I wouldn't be surprised if today they picked up an easy 5 to maybe 10 inches of rainfall in that area. We're watching, though, locally what's being determined as a potential tropical cyclone number 10. It's not tropical in nature yet. They don't see National Hurricane Center and hurricane hunters haven't found a closed circulation yet at the surface. That's why it's not a tropical storm. Otherwise, it would be. But it's dealing with some very strong wind shear, and it's helping to tear the storm apart. That's why it's having a hard time organizing. And wind shear is when you have very strong winds in the upper levels. You need the winds in the upper levels to be a little bit lighter to help a system develop like this. But again, with the wind shear in place, it could still even become a tropical storm, even though it's dealing with that wind shear and its proximity to land, but the window is very small. Regardless of what it becomes, though, it's going to be a rainmaker for us, and the winds are going to pick up. Here's a check of the spaghetti plots forward, and it's expecting for the most part to just ride along the coastline, maybe a little bit further inland. If it does, again, it will likely not be a tropical system long because, again, you need the water to help fuel it for it to do so. But if it stays over the water, again, it could become a tropical depression, maybe a tropical storm, maybe even a subtropical system. That's when the strongest winds are away from the core. But regardless, over the next 48 hours, it's going to push out to sea as the upper level winds kind of take it away. So future track, as we go through the morning today, it's going to be a quiet start. As we work into the afternoon, though, here's 4 or 5 o'clock, where there could be a few showers across Hampton roads. We're expecting the scatter coverage for North Carolina, so make sure the kids have the umbrella heading off to school this morning in North Carolina, even though the morning is quiet. And as we go through the overnight hours, rain is likely because that low is going to be getting closer to the area, and it's going to bring us rounds of rain as we go throughout our Tuesday. So tomorrow is looking soggy, unfortunately, and the brighter colors indicates the potential for, again, some heavy downpours in some spots. Also, the wind is going to pick up, so we have to talk about that in a little while. But again, it's going to quickly move east by Wednesday, so we're looking okay by the midweek time frame. But as far as rainfall estimates, anywhere from 1 to 2 inches possible for Hampton roads, higher amounts as you get closer towards, let's say, the Virginia Beach coastline. And then as we work our way into North Carolina, you have the potential for the heaviest rain, so therefore the higher amounts, possibly up to 5 inches, some isolated spots, possibly up to 6 or 7 inches with this. Minor tidal flooding is expected for Tuesday. I looked at some of the numbers for Sewell's Point, getting up to about 5.5 feet around high tide, and that's right at the moderate level, so we could even have minor to moderate tidal flooding. And then as we work our way throughout the day, at least the next 48 hours, we're expecting the winds to pick up. So generally winds about 20 to 30 miles per hour tomorrow, gusting up to 40, but there is a high wind watch in place for parts of North Carolina where the winds could be above 60 miles per hour, and we do have a tropical storm watch in place for the Outer Banks. As far as the winds right now, they're out of the north for the most part, shifting towards the east at times, generally about 10 to 15. Temperature is a little cooler inland with 60s, but it's a little warmer around Norfolk at 72. The dew points are low, so it doesn't feel too bad out there this morning. But today, we'll keep temperatures into the upper 70s near 80. Again, a quiet morning, but the afternoon, we're going to need to have the umbrella because the showers will start to creep in. And tomorrow, though, it's looking soggy for our entire area, windy as well. And don't even think about getting in the water at the beach for at least the next several days. Even after this moves out, the winds are going to stay up a bit in terms of keeping that water churned up, so the rip current risk will be higher, I think, through about Thursday.